So let's say you're looking at the crypto market and you're investing or you want to invest and all you know about is Bitcoin, right? Maybe you've heard about me or somebody else that you know talk about Bitcoin and you know about Bitcoin, but you don't know anything else about the crypto market. It confuses you and it makes you want to stay away from it because you don't know anything else besides Bitcoin, okay? Now, imagine this. Imagine if you could get the same returns that people got if they bought Bitcoin at $15,000, $16,000, $20,000, those returns. If you bought Bitcoin at $16,000, how much would you be up right now, right? How much would you be up right now? All right. And believe it or not, you guys, the way that you could do that, the way that you could get those types of returns is with altcoins. Okay. Bitcoin is at $100,000 now. Unfortunately, for people that are just coming into the crypto market now, those returns, the multiples on your capital, similar to $20,000 Bitcoin, is going to be very, very hard to come by with BTC in the short term. Okay. So in this video, if you guys watch the rest of this video, we're going to be talking about what an altcoin season is, what is the rest of the market besides crypto, or besides Bitcoin, I should say, and how you can use it to 5, 10, 15, even 20x your capital in the crypto market. Not financial advice, no guarantees or anything, but if you play it right, it is possible and you can outperform Bitcoin and you can get more of the blue chips with the rest of the crypto market if you know what you're doing, or if you understand how the money moves. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in this video. Before I do, I need to let you guys know that nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your financial counselor. What you decide to do with your money is up to you, and you need to take responsibility for your buys and your sells. Okay, so I'm going to get a drink and then we're going to talk about what altcoin season is. All right. All right. So believe it or not, you guys, there's a lot of other stuff in crypto besides Bitcoin. Okay, there's a lot of other stuff going on. I know the Bitcoin maximalists are not going to like this video. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care. There's other stuff in crypto that is interesting, is useful, and other people are interested in. Wall Street's interested in it, and it's a good tool to get more Bitcoin. Even if you only like Bitcoin and you don't think these things are real, or they don't have any value, or whatever the case may be. Even if that's the case, there's no denying the fact that at certain points in a bull market, you could use these things as a tool to get more Bitcoin. Okay, so regardless of whether or not you have an opinion about the rest of the crypto market besides Bitcoin or not, okay, one thing that you can't say is that it can't be used as a tool to get more Bitcoin. Okay, so that could be your use, or you could just be interested in other parts of a crypto market. But the thing that you guys mainly need to understand is an altcoin season, what it is, how the money moves, and what are things to look for in terms of preparing yourself for an altcoin season so that you can make money with it. Okay, so what is an altcoin season? All right, we're going to start with what an altcoin season is. An altcoin season is when the other market, or the other cryptos in the market besides BTC, besides Bitcoin, outperform BTC. Okay, so the entire crypto market outperforms BTC. There's a lot of different indicators that you can look at for determining whether or not we're in an altcoin season. Okay, the first one is Bitcoin dominance. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, right now it's extremely high. Bitcoin's, I believe it's anywhere from 65 to 70%, which is an extremely high Bitcoin dominance chart. A lot of it is because there's a lot of Bitcoin's a lot easier to understand. This bull market is being generated by Wall Street and institutional interest, and those people don't really understand crypto yet to the same degree that maybe someone like I do, or someone like people who have been paying attention to crypto for a long time. They don't understand the technology quite as well. So Bitcoin's an easy sell. Digital gold, max supply, 21 million. It's easy for them to understand, easy for them to get. It's been around the longest. And so all the institutional interest as of right now is going to Bitcoin, okay, or it has gone to Bitcoin. Okay, do I think that will change? Probably. All right, as people understand the crypto market more and more, there's going to be other things that come up that is also interesting to Wall Street. Okay, Ethereum being one, off the top of my head, Solana as well. All right, other cryptos. All right, but it's a period of time where the altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Okay, and it sucks some of the liquidity and some of the new capital coming into the crypto market. Instead of it going all to Bitcoin, it goes to the rest of the crypto market. Okay, you'll probably see the Bitcoin dominance chart or the Bitcoin dominance percentage slip to 40%. You know, from going from 65 to 40%, maybe even 35. Probably not 35, but 40 to 45%. Bitcoin dominance would be a good indicator of an altcoin season. You guys go to the coin listing sites, Coin Market Cap, CoinGecko. You go to the altcoin index. Altcoin index. It depends on how far it is down the thing. Right now, it's between 20 to 30, 35 maybe. So there's not that much not that much crazy interest in altcoins. Okay. Yet, right? But when that thing gets hot, when that thing gets more green, then we're more it's a stronger indicator of an altcoin season. Okay. So that's when Bitcoin, that's what an altcoin season is. It's when altcoins, when the rest of the crypto market outperforms Bitcoin for a certain period of time, okay? And the process and the way that this works is it's called trickle-down economics. If you guys don't understand what trickle-down economics is, I highly recommend you look it up. Some people think it's real, some people don't. Based in the crypto market, it is real, you guys. Trickle-down economics is real. The way trickle-down economics works is that the large caps rise in price, then people take profits out of those large caps, they go to the medium caps, and then once they take profits in the medium caps, they go down to the low caps, the risk they go down the risk curve to try to make more money, all right? And in crypto, that's 100% the case, okay? So the way it works in crypto is that Bitcoin rises first, then it goes to Ethereum. So Bitcoin will rise, then Ethereum will rise, and then the large cap altcoins will rise, like Avalanche, like Solana, like all these other Uniswap, Aave, all these other things, and then the mid caps and the low caps. So the money trickles down as Bitcoin goes higher, as Ethereum goes higher, as the large caps go higher, as the mid caps go higher, as the low caps go higher. They all rise together, basically. All right. If Bitcoin's at $150,000, $160,000, it's going to be a lot easier for these altcoins to pump and rally when Bitcoin's higher. Okay. So trickle down economics. Okay. That's how the money moves. The money goes from Bitcoin. People take profits out of Bitcoin. They roll it into ETH. And people take profits out of ETH. They roll it into the large caps. People take profits out of the large caps. They roll it into the lower cap, higher risk plays, meme coins, all that stuff, okay? So this is when alts rise aggressively. They rise very, very aggressively, very quickly. 10x in a couple of months is not crazy, okay? 10x in a couple of months. People, during an altcoin season, you could buy something, you could wake up, it's doubled in the morning, okay? That happens in crypto. So that's what an altcoin season looks like. A period of time where the altcoins are aggressively pumping higher and outperforming the blue chip assets that are very safe that you guys want to hold long term, right? So the idea is that you use that capital, you make it work for you the same way that you use Bitcoin as a tool to multiply your capital on dollars. You use the altcoins in the alt season to multiply your capital on the blue chips that you want long term, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, if you're an XRP guy, whatever, okay? But that's what an altcoin season is. That's how it's used, okay? Now, how do you use it to your advantage, okay? How do you use it to your advantage? I've already repeated this, but I'm going to say it again. The purpose of most altcoins, as of right now, is to get more Bitcoin, okay? And Ethereum and Solana, the ones that you know that are going to be around for a long time, all right? Although I do think that there's a lot of things in crypto that is interesting and it's useful, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like a lot of this stuff is, we don't know if it's going to be around in 10 years, okay? A lot of this stuff, we don't know if it's going to be around. It might not, but not all businesses succeed, you guys, okay? Some of this stuff, they're raising capital right now, but I'm going to tell you right now, not everything in crypto is going to succeed. It's not all going to be here in 10 years. There might be a consolidation of capital, similar to the dot-com bubble. The dot-com bubble, there were tons of companies that were very, very highly valued that weren't making any money. But then, the ones that survived, Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, all those companies, all of those essentially swallowed the rest of the dot-com bubble. Okay, so a lot of these altcoins, we don't know which ones are going to be the winners in 10 years, 15 years. We have no idea. Okay, the ones that we do know are going to be winners most likely is mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Okay, Solana has pretty much proven itself that it's going to be here for a long time, most likely. If you don't want to include Solana, Bitcoin and Ethereum are definitely two that you could be comfortable holding with for 10 years. Those aren't going away. Okay, so those ones we could be pretty confident fit the Amazon, Facebook of the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s. But the rest of the cryptos, in terms of a 10-year outlook, 15-year outlook, we don't know which ones are going to survive. We can have an idea, we can try to value invest, but a lot of these things are not profitable. Not that that's necessarily a negative thing, right? Because when Warren Buffett first started investing in the 40s, none of the stuff that he was investing in is profitable either, but those were his best investments, right? You want to invest in stuff before it's profitable. But the point that I'm trying to make you guys is that Altseason is a tool to get more of the blue chips that you want. It's all about stacking the blue chips. It's all about stacking Bitcoin. It's all about stacking Ethereum. It's all about stacking Solana if you believe that it's going to be here in 10, 15 years. I think it's well on its way, okay? So, the next thing that we need to do is we need to wait for the signals of when an altcoin season starts, okay? What does this look like? This looks like M2 rising, all right? M2 money supply rising. If you guys look at a chart, I'm going to make a piece of content probably today about the M2 chart compared to Bitcoin, BTC, okay? And the first signal that we need to do is we need to see BTC get a little bit higher up in price if we're going to get an altcoin season. And M2 rising is the perfect leading indicator of that, okay? If you guys look at M2 money supply versus the Bitcoin chart, if you guys look at the amount of money circulating in the economy and then you compare that to the Bitcoin chart, it's like identical, all right? It's a leading indicator of Bitcoin rising, all right? As soon as M2 starts rising, Bitcoin starts to pick it up right away, or pretty close to right away, okay? So that's the first thing, is looking for M2 rising, and because it's perfectly correlated with the Bitcoin price, basically, all right? So that's number one. Interest rates lowering is the other thing, okay? The reason why we want to look for the broader macro, those are the two biggest macro indicators that are going to determine whether or not we get an altcoin season or not, okay? If you actually look at some data, you look at when interest rates are actually very low, what you find is that that's when altcoin season starts. It's actually not that surprising right now that altcoin season hasn't started yet, because debt is still relatively expensive compared to where we've been in the past 15 years, okay? One reason why a lot of the alts rally is because of good rates on debt and easy access to borrowing money. And when people borrow money, they then borrow the money and then they go down the risk curve when it's a risk on environment, when it's lower interest rates and, the banks are giving out money, the Fed's giving out money at a lower rate, okay? So that's the other thing, is that interest rates are lowering. All these VCs and all these hedge funds and all these things, they're going to take out loans, they're going to borrow money. And the more leverage that's in the system, the more risk you typically get with people borrowing money, okay? When debt is cheaper, access to capital is easy, then you start to see altcoins, risk on assets start to increase in price for the most part, okay? So that's number two. So in terms of the macro, you want M2 to start rising, you want interest rates to start lowering, okay? The second thing is within the crypto market, which is the stablecoin supply and the volume, okay? The velocity of stablecoins moving from exchanges to wallets, as well as the supply of stablecoins rapidly increasing, is also a leading indicator that there's going to be an altcoin or a crypto bull market or crypto bull run, I should say, okay? So when you start to see stablecoin liquidity, stablecoin supply start to shoot up aggressively in price, that's when we start to see that, we're going to start to see the assets usually start to increase. Because what happens is that when stablecoin supply increases, what that means is that people from the traditional world, or people like you and me, are getting into the crypto market. We're using our dollars, we're putting money into the crypto market via stablecoins, and we're getting ready to buy stuff, okay? We're getting ready to buy. We're getting ready to purchase assets beforehand. So stablecoin liquidity, stablecoin supply is typically a leading indicator of the market going up as well, okay? And then the last one is Ethereum rising in price, okay? So usually these things will usually go in tandem for the most part, okay? Not necessarily, but in a lot of cases, it'll usually be M2 rising, interest rates lowering, stablecoin supply increasing, and then you'll start to see ETH rising. And then once ETH rises specifically past all-time highs, over $5,000, once we see Ethereum above $5,000, then what we're going to do is we're going to start to see the altcoins start to really rally the same way that Ethereum's rallied. There's enough momentum there, okay? So Ethereum needs to get higher in price. I've talked about this in previous videos. For an altcoin season to happen, there needs to be, cheaper debt. There doesn't necessarily need to be cheaper debt, but there needs to be Ethereum rising, all right? And Ethereum needs to get past its all-time highs in order for the alts to really start to pump and get momentum, because a lot of these altcoins are liquidity bonded with Ethereum, so it's going to be really hard to pump up these alts without Ethereum pumping, okay? So there's a lot of indicators that are showing that I think Ethereum will reverse eventually. We just have to be patient, okay? And then the other thing, the last thing that I want to say in this video is to take profits and avoid being overly greedy, okay? Take profits and avoid being overly greedy if you want to use altcoin season to your advantage, okay? A lot of people don't take profits when they should, okay? A lot of people don't take profits when they should, and a lot of people don't, they don't know what to look for. They don't know when to take profits. They don't know what to look for to take profits. They get greedy, it gets the best of them, and then they round trip the whole bull market, and they end up not making the money that they wanted to make, and they don't end up getting the Bitcoin and Ethereum that they wanted to make. They don't use altcoin season to their full advantage because they don't take profits and they're overly greedy, okay? So if you guys want help with how to take profits, I'm thinking about coming out with a course or a PowerPoint presentation on how to take profits so that you guys have a little bit of a blueprint, okay? But yeah, I hope you guys, if you guys want to, learn about how to take profits, how to understand your positioning, and how to get out and how to get in and get out safely, you guys can book a consultation with me, jump in the Telegram chat, and you guys can get coached by me, and I can help you the best that I can, okay? But that's it, you guys, okay? That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys understand what an altcoin season is now. I hope you guys have a little bit of an idea of how to use it to your advantage and what to look for before the money moves. So I hope this video finds you well. I hope it's useful to you guys. If it was useful to you guys, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, okay? Comment, let me know what you think in the comments, all right? Instagram, Chase Your Grace, TikTok, Chase Your Grace, all right? Hope you guys have a good day. I'm about to hit the gym, and hope you guys have a blessed Sunday and a blessed Father's Day. Thank you, and bless up.